Did you know that Uganda once tried to claim almost half of Kenya? It sounds wild, but it's a fascinating and sometimes tense part of East African history. Let's rewind to February 1976. The infamous Ugandan dictator, Idi Amin, suddenly declared that huge parts of Western Kenya were actually Ugandan territory. We're talking about places like Turkana, Kisumu, Eldoret, Nakuru, and even lands just 32 kilometers from Nairobi. He claimed these areas were Uganda's by historic and moral right, based on pre-colonial maps and even divine will. Amin even threatened to liberate these fertile lands, sparking genuine fears of an invasion across the border. Kenya's response was swift and firm. President Jomo Kenyatta didn't mince words. He mobilized the military along the border and publicly declared, "We shall not give away an inch, not even a quarter of an inch." He told anyone with desires on Kenyan land to go to hell and dream there. To back this up, Kenya's then Vice President, Daniel Arap Moi, sought American military support. And as a show of force, U.S. Navy jets even performed a flight past over Mombasa. Facing international pressure and unrest at home, Amin eventually backed down without a single soldier crossing the border. But the tension had been set. Fast forward to the era of Yoweri Museveni, who took power in 1986. The late 80s saw tensions flare up again. Both countries accused each other of supporting rebels, leading to brief but deadly incursions near the Malaba border. The situation got so bad that borders were temporarily closed, disrupting trade until other African leaders helped mediate a peace deal. It was another reminder of how fragile the relationship could be. And who can forget the 2022 Twitter storm? Museveni's own son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, casually tweeted that his army could capture Nairobi in just 2 weeks. He even joked about which neighborhood he'd live in after the conquest. The post caused a diplomatic firestorm. Uganda's government had to scramble, issuing a statement that a tweet from a general isn't official policy. President Museveni himself later apologized for his son's comments, stressing the importance of diplomacy over provocation. It was a bizarre episode that showed how easily old tensions could be reignited in the modern age of social media. Now, in late 2025, the rhetoric has shifted from land to sea. President Museveni himself has brought up a new, audacious claim: access to the Indian Ocean. In a recent speech, he argued that as a landlocked country, Uganda is entitled to the ocean. He used an analogy of a multi-story building, saying that the top floor residents Uganda should have access to the compound the ocean just like the ground floor residents Kenya. He even warned of future wars if this issue isn't sorted out. He said that ocean belongs to me because it is my ocean. I am entitled to it. So, how has Kenya responded this time? With remarkable calm instead of fiery speeches. Kenyan officials have taken a more measured, diplomatic approach. Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary Korir Sing'oei suggested that President Museveni was likely speaking metaphorically, not making a literal claim on Kenyan territory. He calmly reiterated that both countries understand their respective territorial rights. Kenya continues to facilitate Uganda's trade through its ports, like the Naivasha dry port, proving that cooperation can work without surrendering sovereignty. From Amin's threats of invasion to Museveni's modern maritime ambitions, this history shows a clear pattern. Ugandan leaders have often used bold, headline-grabbing claims to project strength and influence. In response, Kenya has consistently relied on a combination of firm resolve, diplomacy, and regional cooperation to maintain peace and protect its borders. It's a complex diplomatic dance that has defined the relationship between these two powerful East African neighbors for decades. What do you think the future holds for this relationship? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history and current affairs.